Hey everybody, and welcome to my review of Apex. Sorry about that. Welcome to my review of Apex.
Oh, done.
Apex Legends is the new battle royale from Respawn Entertainment. Basically, this is their attempt at riding the wave of money that Fortnite has been coasting on, and it worked. Personally, I never got into Fortnite. I don't know why, it just never interested me. I'm terrible at shooter games, but I still enjoy them. This little freebie was tempting enough to get me to download it, and it hasn't disappointed. The classes are pretty standard: support, damage, tank, blah blah blah. The abilities are pretty bueno though. It seems to be a blend of the most popular skills in the first-person shooter genre. The animations feel a little more clunky than something highly polished like Overwatch, but the movement itself feels pretty fluid. One of the best features is the ability to shoot while sliding down a hill or grappling, which just doesn't happen in most games. There are only 6 playable classes at the beginning, with the other 2 being locked behind either in-game currency or your hard-earned real-life dollars, which is a waste because you'll unlock both before level 20 just by playing. Lifeline is the game's only healer, and when I say that, I use the term sparingly. She only has one ability that actually heals, and that's a little droid that she drops on the ground. Otherwise, she's got an ability that summons a supply drop for you and your team, though a big trail of smoke hurtling towards your location is a good way to give up your position. Bloodhound is interesting. He's not my favorite character, but he's useful to have on your team. He's a good scout and can do things like see footprints and scan for enemies. He also has a Raven, so that's cool. Gibraltar is a decent tank class with a big old bubble to drop on your friends and a handy front-facing shield to fire from behind. Though a giant glowing shield is another great way to let everyone know exactly where you're at. Gibraltar and Bangalore both have a very nice artillery strike ability, which is pretty strong at the moment. Wraith is spoopy and fun. She's very mobile, being able to shift into void to vanish mid-combat or spawn a portal for her party to use. The portals have some surprising range and can be used for some interesting trickery. Pathfinder is probably as much of a support character as Wraith is. He doesn't really heal, he just provides some increased mobility. The main thing he has on others is a grappling hook ability, which allows for quick retreats and quickly closing in on enemies. His ultimate ability is a group-wide usable grapple that can provide some interesting movement options for the team. I haven't tried Caustic yet. He's got some poison traps and just doesn't interest me. I spent my in-game money on Mirage. Why? Because Mirage is funny. It feels nice watching someone get a headshot on your decoy instead of you. The ultimate is fun too. You drop a bunch of shadow clones Naruto style and go invisible, allowing you to effectively bail out of most bad situations. The passive ability to go stealth and drop a decoy when you're knocked down has saved my bacon quite a few times too, though it's not always enough to save you. The game starts off like most battle royales, a drop in and a mad dash to retrieve supplies before an ever-shrinking wall of glowing red death turns you into a lump of charcoal. The main thing that's different in this game is that you're forced to go in groups of 3 instead of just going it alone. This is great if you have friends to play with, but most of the time you get thrown in with a couple of strangers and just hope for the best. The Battle Royale is fun enough, but the game feels pretty empty overall. It's early in the game's life, but personally I'd like to see a few more modes. A Battle Royale where you can queue solo, for example, instead of forcing the 3-man group. The community is surprisingly good. There's no way for you to communicate directly with your enemies. You can only communicate with people who are actually in your group. So this cuts down on a lot of opportunities for negative behavior that could otherwise pop up. Voice chat is kind of 50-50 in this game. Some people use it, but a lot seem to prefer the ping system, which is built into the game's engine, which is actually a very versatile and convenient way to communicate. I think more games should use something like this. The graphics are nothing mind-blowing, but that's probably due to the very low-end requirements. My rig is a mid-ranged PC, and it vastly exceeds the recommended specs. The game itself is actually really small, weighing it at a mere 22 gig of space. However, despite that, there have been a large number of technical problems for a lot of people. This is expected in the first weeks for any new game: disconnects, trouble logging in, random crashes and such, but it seems to be particularly prevalent among AMD users. That being said, they need to do some patching ASAP. The music is lackluster at best. Turn it off and pop on your own tunes. Overall, I like the game. It's a quick free download that you can just delete if you don't like. Is it going to replace Fortnite? Time will tell. Will it fill the gaping void in my heart that World of Warcraft left? I doubt it, but it's a fun distraction in the meantime. Go ahead and give it a download, but I'd avoid paying any real-life money for it. Much like Overwatch and Fortnite, it's heavily saturated with microtransactions, but the game doesn't push you too hard towards it. The currency used to unlock skins and classes are earned gradually, so you will get what you want after enough work. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe.